Hello and good afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Lagos State set for Silver Jubilee celebration of CALSO. Federal government orders tertiary institutions to return unused TED fund allocation. On a foreign scene, 13 people die, 16 others sustain injuries as paramilitary group attack hospital in Sudan. And in sports, coach Abdullahi declares Nigeria's team battle ready ahead 2025 African Hockey Championship in Egypt. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. All is set for the 2025 Silver Jubilee celebration of the National Women's Conference of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, CALSO, as Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, his Sokoto State counterpart Ahmed Aliyu, graced the occasion. Wife of the President, Oluremi Tinubu, is also expected to give the 25 years anniversary message at the event, holding with 5,000 participants physically and virtually, beginning from Tuesday 28th till Thursday 30th October in Victoria Island. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who is also the chairperson of CALSO, stated this at the pre-event press briefing for the 25th National Women's Conference of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, CALSO, held at Alausa. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu, who highlighted many of the interventions by CALSO over the years to include caring for widows and other vulnerables in the society, medical outreaches, said the platform has been a formidable one, committed to the advancement, empowerment, and transformation of women in Lagos and the country at large.
Also has not only supported women and families, but also has not only supported women and families, but has also championed initiatives that strengthen health, empowerment, and community development. Now more than ever, we must ensure that our legacy becomes a beacon of hope and a source of inspiration for the next generation of leaders.
On a part, the wife of the Deputy Governor, co-convener, earlier in a welcome address, Chairman, CALSO 2025 National Working Committee, Olayemi Oke-Osoitolu, promised that the conference will be engaging, intellectually stimulating with thought-provoking sessions on career, marriage, relationship, entrepreneurship and leadership, among others.
It is a call to action to envision a future beyond ourselves, to build structures and values that endure and to inspire others through courage, innovation and compassion. As women in leadership, business, family and community life, our legacy is not measured only by our personal achievements, but by the lives that we touch, the systems we strengthen, and the young minds we prepare to lead with integrity and confidence.
On a part, wife of the Deputy Governor and co-convener of CALSO, Oluremi Hamzat, described CALSO as impactful with visionary leadership that has touched lives across the state and Nigeria in general. On Saturday, October 11, the women will storm Ikorodu for their annual pre-conference awareness walk with the theme Step Up, Show Up, Never Give Up, to sensitize the Gaussians about the forthcoming conference and amplify the shared call for unity, empowerment, and purposeful living among women. Our correspondent Adiola Kindili reports that the theme for this year's CALSO is 25 years of visionary legacy, inspiring the next generation. The Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, has launched the Start Right Entrepreneurship Development Support Program for startups and micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs. The initiative is designed to empower entrepreneurs with the knowledge, skills, and resources needed to build sustainable businesses and thrive in today's competitive economy. Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Akinyemi Ajigbotafe, described the initiative as a major step in advancing Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's vision of a greater Lagos driven by enterprise, innovation, and inclusive prosperity. Ajigbotafe explained that the Start Right Lagos program was conceived to help entrepreneurs and MSMEs establish solid foundations and adopt strategic approaches to ensure the sustainability and scalability of their enterprises. He noted that it is no longer enough to start a business, but it is important to start right, sustain right, and scale right, stressing that the program reflects the government's continued investment in building future-ready entrepreneurs who will contribute meaningfully to Lagos's economic growth. The Commissioner reaffirmed that the ministry remains committed to driving policies and initiatives that promote youth empowerment, skill development, business incubation, and access to finance in line with the state government's Themes Plus developmental agenda. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has ordered tertiary institutions to submit reports of intervention funds from the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, that remains unutilized within the next 30 days. Minister of Education Tunji Alausa gave the directive in Abuja during a meeting with heads of institutions. Alausa noted that the ministry has been faced with a dilemma over the issue of allocations that are not being put to good use. He stated that resources that could have been used to develop infrastructure in institutions have remained idle due to bottlenecks. The minister also announced that capacity building programs will be introduced to strengthen project management, compliance, and reporting, alongside mentorship initiatives. Alausa also emphasized that the success of this initiative depends on strong collaboration among stakeholders. Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoeno has signed into law the 695 billion naira supplementary budget passed by the State House of Assembly. The State House of Assembly passed a supplementary appropriation bill for the 2025 fiscal year following the adoption of the report presented by the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation. Presenting the committee's report during plenary, presided over by the Speaker, Udeme Otong, Chairman of the committee, Itorobong Etim, explained that the supplementary budget will be financed through various revenue sources, including statutory allocation, internally generated revenue, derivation funds, 13% derivation arrears, signature bonuses, exchange gains, and value-added tax, VAT, among others. According to the report, the 695 billion naira supplementary budget comprised 125.66 billion naira for recurrent expenditure and 569.33 billion naira for capital expenditure, bringing the revised total budget size for 2025 to 1.65 trillion naira. And now to foreign news. At least 13 people have been killed after an attack on one of the last remaining hospitals in Sudanese city, El Fasher. Reports say 16 others, including a doctor and a nurse, were injured after the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, shelled the hospital several times. The RSF has been besieging El Fasher for more than 17 months, leaving hundreds of thousands of people stuck in the city facing starvation. The paramilitary group is fighting the army for full control of El Fasher, the last military stronghold in the vast Darfur region. In recent weeks, the RSF has intensified its assault on El Fasher, leading experts to believe the city could soon fall unless the army receives immediate reinforcements. The two sides have been engaged in a ferocious civil war for more than 2 years, causing the world's worst humanitarian crisis and tens of thousands of deaths. Now, sports. Head coach of both the Nigerian men's and women's hockey national teams, Dana Abdullahi, has declared that his squads are battle ready ahead of the upcoming 2025 African Hockey Championship, scheduled to hold in Ismaila, Egypt from October 11 to 18. Following an extended camping exercise in Abuja, Abdullahi expressed satisfaction with the players' level of commitment, discipline, and tactical understanding. The coach revealed that the final 18-man rosters for both the men's and women's squads were selected from an initial pool of 35 players following rigorous assessment and evaluation matches. Abdullahi noted that selection was purely on merit and performance during the camp, emphasizing that only the most dedicated players made the final cut. The preparatory camp, which lasted several weeks, was part of the Hockey Federation of Nigeria's comprehensive build-up program to ensure both teams put up strong performances on the continental stage. And that's all for the news. At 4, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration deployed traffic lights and CCTV cameras in strategic places in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. All is set for the 2025 Silver Jubilee celebration of the National Women's Conference of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials, CALSO, as Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, his Sokoto State counterpart Ahmed Aliyu graced the occasion. Federal government has ordered tertiary institutions to submit reports of intervention funds from the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, that remain unutilized within the next 30 days. We also told you that at least 13 people have been killed after an attack on one of the last remaining hospitals in the Sudanese city, El Fasher. And in sports, head coach of both the Nigerian men's and women's hockey national teams, Ndana Abdullahi, has declared that his squads are battle-ready ahead of the upcoming 2025 African Hockey Championship, scheduled to hold in Ismaila, Egypt, from October 11 to 18. For contacts with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good evening.